Hello, everybody. I just went live. My husband, my husband heard me start talking and he's like, "What's going on?" I just went live. Hello, Sherlock and Colleen. Ooh, I'm doing good. Let's see. I want to pull up live chat. Let's get that live chat moving. How are you guys tonight? I'm going to say up front, thunder rumors are supposed to be over by now tonight, but I can still hear thunder outside. It's not raining, but it may come back. So if we have internet problems, you know what happened. And how are you ladies tonight? Double checking myself in the camera to make sure I don't have green stuff in my teeth. I had broccoli for dinner. I literally just finished eating. Is it just me? Mm. Yes, I feel as rough as I look. Sorry. There we are. Okay, so I got both phones going. You're good? Well, at least you know everybody's safe and sound. That's a good thing. Lori's got family members traveling, but they're all good right now. This camera on this computer leaves a lot to be desired. I had broccoli, chicken, and rice. That's what I had for din din. And I got my plate about 5 minutes ago. So I will find down. I've still got rice on my plate. Ooh, a BLT. That sounds good. That sounds really good. So I guess we'll start with the basics. What I always do first and up front is I hit numbers. Sylvia is at 820. Colleen is still at 1.13K. The other day it was 1135. I don't know if it's gone up from there. Brandy is at 481. Tracy! Don is at 872. And Wayne is at 723. Wow. I'm just like, you go, boy. I'll put my feet up here. This medicine is still whooping me. So we're still fighting it, side effects, but it is working. I can tell in my hands and in my feet. So that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. And I am still working on this, and that's all I'm going to say this evening. I had made 4 rows of 4 blocks, no, 3 rows of 6, 3 rows of 4 blocks. Yes, 3 rows of 4 blocks. And I actually needed 2 rows of 6 blocks because I don't want to make the quilt wider. I want to make it longer. So I need to get those put together. And I figured I could do that on camera tonight and not get into anything too involved. I am freezing my tushy off, even though it's Florida and it's 90 degrees outside. And I know that's a side effect of the medicine. And so yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna chit chat. So let me bring you over here to the sewing machine. Unless there's anything we need to hit before I do that. Make sure I go to the right camera. No, I went to the wrong camera. Two of them are named exactly the same in my computer whenever you pull them up in Zoom. So I'm like, okay, all right, can you guys see me here? No, you get the back side of my head. Let's turn this a little bit. See if I can get you a better view. Here we are. Hello. And I am sewing on my jazz today. If you saw my Appalachian Memories podcast, if I could talk tonight, right? If you saw my Appalachian Memories podcast, you know I had to do some work on this the other day. It decided to be prissy about having got thread caught up in there. Let's see, light and dark. I keep saying it every time I do this. The only thing I'm worrying about is for that, Colleen. But this was my jazz. It threads really funny, different than any other sewing machine I've ever had. And it got a piece of thread caught up inside the machine. And I had to take the back off, which I don't recommend you doing unless you know what you're doing, because there's all kinds of places in there that can shock you. Just Yammer. Did you talk to anybody fun? I haven't been on Discord or anywhere else lately. I need to go on Discord and see how Math Geek's concert went. Got one of these upside down, I think. Has anybody heard from her? I'm hoping it went really well, but you know, I'm sure it went really well. She practices a lot and she's pretty good. Hello, Agnes. How are you tonight? I'm sewing together a couple of rows on my Scrappy quilt that I'm working on. You may remember, I've got, I have to think about this, a great nephew or first cousin wants, my aunt's daughter is having a baby. How sad. She's due in August, but the baby shower is in July. And I'm thinking that she's going to get the Scrappy quilt for the baby. At least that's what I think right now. I may change my mind. You never can tell. And so I had put together, like I said, 3 rows of 4. And I needed to turn them into 2 rows of 6. And keep feeling thread there like there's a hole. And then all I'm doing is just sewing this together. And I want light and dark together. That's the whole theme. And I will tell you quite honestly, if I end up making a boo-boo on it, I will not rip it out. That's not going to happen. Agnes, what's going on with you tonight? I think everybody's got the Mondays right now. I wanted to make a sewing a pin cushion, and then I couldn't find the pattern, and I couldn't find my yarn needle. It's really cute. It's a circle that's made out of scraps. And we all know I love scraps. So I was like, oh, that would be really neat to make. But then I couldn't find any of the supplies I needed. So I said, well, boom on that. So I figured we'd do this. And then get all my supplies together. We can make the pin cushion either Thursday or next Monday. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. And I know that some of you are going, oh my gosh, pin that. I'm not going to. I just line them up as I go. And if the serger weren't so loud, I would pull the serger out and put it over here and show you that one. But I do the same thing on the serger that I'm doing on the sewing machine. I line them up with my fingers and then I sew the next block. somebody made a comment about all my blocks matching up. That's because I do it just like this every time. I'm just matching up at my seams. I am a rebel. And the other thing I've got to do this week, you guys want a good laugh? I need to can up black beans. I actually ran out of canned black beans. I had to eat, oh my horror of horrors, I had to eat pinto beans at lunchtime today. For some reason, I've really been enjoying canned beans. And I've been like putting them into my own version of nachos. You know, nachos, not the kind Taco Bell makes, but some restaurant pita chips and some cheese and some beans on them. And that has just been really good here lately. Anybody else into beans all of a sudden? And I've looked, I think that it's because I'm low on potassium. Because they always say that you crave whatever it is your body needs. And so I must be like bottom of the barrel on potassium right now. And I do take it as a supplement. So I reckon as long as I'm craving the beans, I'll keep eating them. So that means I got to can some more beans up. Yes. Oh no. Sherlock, this pin cushion is, and I have yarn needles. Do not send me a yarn needle, anybody. Lori. This pin cushion is a circle, and it's cut like wedges of cheese, for lack of a better description. And when you put it together, you sew 2 buttons through the center. I guess I could do it with thread, but the video that I saw also wrapped yarn around where each of those wedges meet. And it just looks old-fashioned and country, and I liked it. So I wanted to do it with the yarn, and I finally found the yarn. I have some wool yarn that was given to me many years ago that I've never used. It's for embroidery, and it's not in great shape. It's ready for either use it or lose it kind of thing. So I thought, well, I'll make that out of it, and at least I'll feel like I used some of it. And it's really too heavy to do embroidery with if I were into embroidery. So now in the category, hi Kelly. Yes. One of my lovely friends has a, excuse me, fully stocked sewing room. And that's probably a vast and gross understatement. And she's always trying to pass those things along to other people who might need them. So I always, you know, try to say, no, don't do that. Let's see. I'm going to move you just a hair so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Because I'm getting ready to iron this baby. And I did want to point out to you, I've been showing this off every time I show it. Right here, if you guys can see that, is where I serged some of the blocks together. You can see that that leaves it nice and neat on the back. And it still gives me good points on the front. I'll point that out to you once I apply a little heat to this thing. And the other reason I iron this is to make sure I didn't miss anywhere. Because when you're sewing 2.5-inch blocks together, it's really easy to miss a spot. And I'm not worrying about which direction the seams go, any of that. Not even worried like there's a little I don't know what to call it, pucker in the top. I'll quilt that out. And this is a baby quilt intended to be a utility quilt. So I'm not going to sweat this. And one of the things that I find cute about this, or really satisfying, is like there's this piece here that is, there may be a bigger piece of it somewhere along the way, but it's from some pajamas I made for my son's girlfriend when he was 17, 18, 19. There's some fabric from the quilt I did for Mom and Pop. There's some Sylvester and Tweety Bird stuff in here that I had left over that was too small to make blocks out of. And on this, I don't worry if I saw back and forth. You know, I'm always telling you just set your iron down and don't saw back and forth like when you do applique. But on this, I'm not going to worry about it because all I'm doing is just ironing it so that I can double check that everything is sewn. If there's an actual hole in it, then that's a whole different ball of wax. But I just found one. I'm always finding one when I iron. Wasn't paying enough attention when I pieced something, it looks like. Deer Lake. That's where you went camping at? That sounds like fun. Now, where was the hole? Right there. Oh, no wonder I got a hole. It's in the serger seam, of course. Go over here and fix that. That's the reason I iron it before I put it up on the design wall. And then let's bring you guys one more time. So if you can see it, that great big piece right there is part of this quilt. And I will take that down off the design wall and sew along one of the two sides that's on, that right now is hanging vertically. And that'll be one more big section of it done. I have about emptied my scrap box, so I'm going to have to see if I have more scraps somewhere to be able to put in there. Otherwise, I am not going to have any more quilts. And we all know that that's never going to happen. I have scraps. I just haven't gone into the Lori Holt stuff. And we her and Colleen both. Am I spinning? She's gonna send me scraps, huh? Oh, that's a scary thought for sure. Let's see, let's go back over here. Ah. Have I unfrosted? I was hoping I would. Back, yay. So let's see if you can see it any better here. I don't like the webcam on this camera. But where I've got the other Hue camera, I did freeze for a second, I'm sorry. But so there's my piece that's going on. And I probably need, well, it's probably actually big. you keeping? It is pouring, so we may lose signal, guys. If I do, I'm sorry. I'll say it up front. We are on Starlink satellite internet here, and it seems like when it rains, sometimes we lose the internet outages and make it a little bit better. And I apologize. Yep. Chilliwack Lake. Is that how you say that? It's trying to reconnect. Can you see me? Looks like I'm still frozen. Hi, Ingrid.